Yo, it's the hub world.
Yeah. Again, I will give the hub world some credit for increasing the amount of security measures as the game goes on. That's like the one interesting thing about the hub world.
I am a little disappointed when you grab that hydrant, water doesn't spray out of the ground.
It probably would have taxed the Wii's processors even more than the crazy skeletons already do on the Rabbids. I'm sure there are other parts of the hub world that I didn't show off, but honestly, it's just, I come close to falling asleep every time I play through this. This being the hub world, not the game.
Quality hub world action.
Oh, now I remember why I included this. It's because there's another mandatory fight. Which you can skip if you don't use the hub world at all. Yeah, in hindsight, it's probably a good thing that the PC version cut that. And this is the bus that I was referring to. The one that constantly plays Take Me Home Country Roads. Anyway, let's steal a piano that's very tall for a grand piano.
We're just down to pianos now, okay.
Maybe they're gonna use the strings inside the piano to tie everything together to make it more secure so they can go up to the moon a bit faster. It's also an airport level. Because, you know, all those grand pianos that airports have.
So obviously we're stealing the lobby piano that, you know, random people can just come up and play short people on.
Yes, they can play Short People by Randy Newman, and also, you know what, I'm not going to go with that joke, never mind. Yeah, if you remember the water jugs, that's the gimmick in this level, where the game tries to disincentivize you from boosting into everything by forcing you to use the water jug.
Aha! Prohibited.
That's right, don't ever talk to strangers under any circumstances. Have no friends and die alone.
Again, dystopia.
At least it's a funny dystopia. I was very surprised that worked. Throwing the water container into the cutscene like that.
You know what? I think I've finally figured this game out, and it's genius.
Alright.
This city is the beta test city for the dystopia in Mirror's Edge.
I mean, they did come out at around the same time. And I guess maybe EA was cribbing a few notes from Ubisoft.
There you go.
The substitute parkour for rabbits, or the other way around, and nobody will notice.
It's brilliant, Bob. All we have to do is take the vermin out, and we have a unique game.
Please report all unknown persons to security.
What about the known unknowns? It's the people we know that we don't know. God, how old is that joke? That's at least 20 years, isn't it?
Yeah.
Anyway, there's a very strange NPC coming up in a couple seconds here.
You're crazy! But you sure know a fine piece of lady when you see one.
What?
I think I'll leave that without comment. Some of the citizens are really into being strip-shamed by the rabbits. I don't know why, but... I'm glad that at the very least that the Rabbids are helping, helping force a sexual revolution through in this city.
You know what? I'm not gonna kink shame.
You know I ain't on the market no more.
Okay. Prostitution jokes in your kids' games. That's great.
This is okay. What we were discussing earlier about sometimes you have to have adult humor in a game so that parents will sit down and watch the game with their kids.
Yeah.
There is a line.
I don't think the Rabbids could see the line because the shopping cart's in the way, I guess.
Yeah, neither do I.
Also, this maze is terrible. It's easily the worst version of the pipe maze. Although, if you see there are some mines or something that are in the pipes that you have to scream at in order to get rid of them.
So you gotta time it just right while you're in the pipe to not get hit.
The timing isn't really an issue. It's just remembering that they're there and reacting to them. Because the mines go away, no matter what. As soon as you scream and the scream travels, similar to switching up the elbow pipes.
We just fed that rabbit like 50 rats.
Yeah, that sounds about right. Maybe closer to 45 if you look closely, but yeah, it's about on track. Here, have some soda.
Wash those rats down.
Yeah. Wash them down with some Dr. Pepper. Also, going along with our anti-immigration line, we have this.
What?
Yeah. I think this was written for kids in the 60s, not so much for kids in 2009.
Yeah, I'm starting to suspect.
Not to mention, I mean, the way that the Rabbids are hoarding wealth, keeping everything for themselves, this is the least communist video game. There is no distribution of the stuff that they're hoarding here. It's all going to the Rabbids. To the bois percent, if you will.
And there's just a piano. There's just a piano on the baggage line.
Yeah, they could play the Soviet national anthem on that. Because clearly they're filthy commies. There's nothing else. Nothing else that could possibly be an explanation for what they're doing. Alright, so the next level coming up is going to be a reference to a specific part of comedy history that I am shocked and also kind of impressed that they haven't done that until now.
Uh-oh. Hopefully this is something I'm going to pick up on.
I think you will. It's the next cow level, so of course they go with the Monty Python and the Holy Grail.
I thought the title looked familiar.
Lunch breaks are limited to 10 minutes a day.
Yes, we have reached the Kamikaze Puppy portion of the game.
Oh my god, do the Beagles explode?
Yes,
Holy shit, the Beagles explode.
We have suicide bomber Beagles.
Oh my god, this is just like real Beagles.
This level overall is pretty infamous. It's the first thing they actually use the cow for level gimmicks. And you're also on very precarious looking construction equipment. Why is that hard to say? Oh, I also switched out the second rabbit there to the other Best Buy costume. So now we have a long sequence here where we have to deliver the cow across the construction equipment all the way over to the other side. Unfortunately, unlike with Barney, it doesn't actually change our gravity that much, or at least not in a way that I can tell. But it does represent a big climb upwards in difficulty.
Remember to protect your hard hats.
Ooh, ah. No, definitely doing the cone dodge in this is, yeah. Okay, I can see where the physics of this is not lending itself well to steering in between those.
Funny you should mention that.
Yeah.
Yeah, this is one of those levels where you should probably just ignore... Oh, by the way, we just killed another guy. You should probably just ignore the other collectibles. Again, don't do 100%, and if you are, don't do this level. It's not worth it. All you get for getting the 32,000 feet, or whatever it is, of stuff is an extra ending, which it's not worth the trouble you're gonna go through.
Yeah.
I do appreciate these little loading screen sections. They at least with the pipe, it makes things a little more interesting to go through. I mean, it is clearly just a disguise for a loading screen, but they at least kind of make it fun. These I've said before, these ramps, you know, it is basically a dice roll as to whether you'll actually pick up the stuff over there.
I can practically hear Tony Hawk screaming at us to do a kickflip.
Yeah, of course, because Tony Hawk, a man well known for his short temper and dickish behavior. Yeah, I think it's been pointed out in the comments that these fights are very short. Maybe I'm making them look a little more anticlimactic than usual, but still. I mean, the combat in this lacks a depth that, you know, even by kids' standards, it's not great.
Yeah. They could have done a lot more with it, probably, and not made a bunch of kids angry, because I don't think kids were the primary audience for this game after all.
Well, it may be, I don't know, maybe not kids, maybe like, you know, 10 and up, or like 12 or 13-year-olds.
No. This is get stoned in a dormitory and laugh out loud with your friends game. Like, I semi-legitimately believe that this game's core marketing is to college stoners.
Or those who like made ironic names about the Rabbids being, you know, harbingers of destruction or what have you. I actually don't remember if those exist.
No, there's nothing ironic about those. They are harbingers of destruction.
Well, in this game at least. I guess it's worth pointing out that the Rabbids were initially designed as antagonists for a Rayman game, a proper 3D Rayman platformer that was meant for the Wii. And then at some point during development, there was a mini-game of Rayman dancing. He would dance to distract the Rabbids as he moved in between worlds. Kind of similar to the Mosquito auto-scrollers from the Rayman PS1, the original Rayman.
Yes.
And then that took over development, those mini-games, and slowly Rayman just became less of a priority, and the Rabbids became their own thing. Also, this is not your recording. The frame rate really is that bad for this section.
Ooh.
Do not damage the protective gear. Remove it.
Oh no. Just that leap of faith into the abyss.
Yeah, it's even worse because if you look at it, the bombs, the explosive helmets, those are sprites. Like, it clearly has limited animation, etc., and even that is overwhelming the Wii's hardware. Well, at least I stashed everything at the collector rabbit first. And this is a weird glitch that I ran into. Somehow it warped me forward. At some point, the checkpoints didn't line up, I guess.
Huh.
It's very strange. I don't know what's up with that.
Checkmark linked to the wrong,
And there's a
wrong
shortcut
location or something.
And there's a shortcut that you can take if you're fast enough, like I was not. And here's at least another interesting gimmick fight here. You got the Robot Verminators that you have to be very precise with your throws here. It is possible to get 2 of them with 1 bomb, but you have to be pretty.
Nope.
Yeah, you gotta be pretty precise with your throws. Don't play on construction equipment, kids. That guy was lucky. Well, at least the level didn't end on like an anticlimactic thud this time. That's nice.
I'm still waiting for the level that ends on a Canadian safety board video.
Well, we are going to continue the construction theme in the next level, so that's something.
Okay, so we're leaning more towards the one where the guy gets arc flashed off the side of the building and less towards the one where the woman slips on the grease in the kitchen. Those are terrifying, by the way.
Yeah, that last one, I had nightmares about that when I was a teenager. Those were airing in prime time, like right next to like the 6 o'clock news.
Yeah. You know, I believe it.
So this is the first like completely open level with no restrictions other than collecting at least 250 feet of stuff. So basically you just need to collect half of the stuff lying around in the environment. And they just sort of give you the XL stuff at the end.
They're getting progressively lazier.
No, this one's actually pretty decently designed. It's a huge area. There are several, set pieces and specific sections of the construction site. This one, I feel like I guess this could have been a test level that they included in the game, but it feels like, this was a genuine attempt to break away from the other more linear levels and create something a bit more relaxing. Yes, like I said,
Beagles.
relaxing. No, those are Chihuahuas.
Oh my god, they are.
Yes, we have reached the exploding Chihuahua portion of the Let's Play.
What in the world do you want?
Which kind of makes sense for Chihuahuas.
Next up is exploding Pomeranians.
Please avoid straining your security harness.
Oh, damn it, I hit my microphone stand again. Stop that. Okay, yeah, that was, the security harness line was, that was a pretty good one. Unfortunately, I seem to be magnetically attracted to these crash barriers. Nicely done. That's maybe an 8.5 out of 10. I'm being generous.
Oh, I don't want to go like this.
Well, just don't go anywhere near an airport, because that seems to airports and like elevator shafts. That seems to be the only places where the Rabbids actually kill people.
Security uniforms must be
have to excuse me.
So this part I don't really get. Thankfully, it's optional. Because the mud, much like the water and the oil slicks and everything else, prevents you from boosting. And you have to build up a boost in order to get rid of the helmets.
You think they just maybe accidentally put those characters in there?
I don't know. I mean, I'll look up a 100% guide on YouTube. And, I mean, yeah, maybe there's some trick to it that I'm not seeing.
Yeah, because there must be some way to get them.
I'm sure there is, and I'm just not thinking of it. Excuse me, the river is not yellow, it's clearly green. Maybe I should have done that in like a stereotypical nerdy voice or something.
You're not kidding when you said that this level is pretty good size, yeah.
Yeah, it is. I think it's the largest level of the game, or the second largest, and it's definitely nice to have that variety where you could just kick back and pick things up at your leisure, and you're not necessarily being tunneled down a linear path.
Accidents are bad for productivity.
Yeah, what was that you were saying about the WSIB commercials? That's such a great ending line.
That was perfectly timed.
This was almost a low percent run, because the minimum that you can get in this level is 850. 600 plus the 250 you have to pick up. I guess I'll have to work on my low percent strats. Alright, so let's see. The next video, I got in trouble with some of the turnstiles. There's a song that I don't know, which that'll be exciting to venture into the unknown, as well as one interesting camera angle on an elevator. Those are definitely the enticing cliffhangers that keep bringing people over to this Let's Play and giving it hundreds of thousands of views.
So stay tuned.
The same LP time, same LP channel. I can't believe I just made that joke. All right, see you next week, folks.